News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
After 6 years, University of Montana President Royce Engstrom submits his resignation. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning, congratulations, you made it. It's Friday, December the 2nd, 2016. The sky's cloudy. It's 28 degrees in Missoula. And we're expecting a slight chance of snow today. Still fairly mild, but very, very cold weather is coming later through the weekend into the first part of next week. Our newscast this morning is sponsored by Burke Orazati Real Estate. If you're looking for a Montana dream home, contact your favorite home girl, Rachel Rixford Orazati at BurkeOrazatiRealEstate.com. Our top story this morning, KGVO News got word just after 8 o'clock yesterday morning that University of Montana President Royce Engstrom would be resigning from office as of December 31st. Commissioner of Higher Education Clayton Christian met with reporters at Main Hall to answer questions about Engstrom's resignation. Christian said he told Engstrom it was time for a change at Main Hall.
I just told him I'm at a spot where I want to consider where we're at on leadership at the University of Montana. My role is to look at where we want to be in 3 and 5 and 10 years over the long term, and I think it's a good time where we're at and what the president has accomplished to move to the next generation.
Christian said history will have good things to say about Royce Engstrom's time as president.
I believe history will judge him well, and I believe history should judge him well. I think if you read my statement this morning, it certainly talks about a change of direction, but most importantly, I think it celebrates what President Engstrom has brought to the table.
Christian said a search firm will be hired. However, the process will not be rushed just to fill the president's position.
So I want to move as efficiently as we can through the search process, because I think ultimately seating a new president for the long term of the university is a good thing. But this isn't an expedited search. We're not rushing through this. We want to do it right.
Former Commissioner of Higher Education Sheila Stearns has been named interim president. You can hear that entire press conference, well over 20 minutes worth, on our website, newstalkkgvo.com. And continuing with that on the same vein, after the November Board of Regents meeting, the commissioner's office made it clear the university was overstaffed. UM said it would rank academic programs in order to make decisions on further layoffs. Faculty, staff, and students held an emergency meeting on Wednesday to discuss their concerns about further cuts. Last year, over 200 full-time positions were eliminated at UM. Engstrom was named UM's 17th president in October of 2010. And in a related story, community officials have been weighing in on the resignation of President Royce Engstrom. County Commissioner Gene Curtis said Engstrom was deeply involved in community development.
It's a decision that wasn't mine to make, but I'd just like to thank Royce for his leadership in Missoula County and his involvement in economic development and in the community in general. And, under his leadership, we have a much more involved university in the community. A lot better relationship than ever before, I think.
But Curtis said it was Engstrom's strong reaction to the sexual assault issue with the Department of Justice that deeply inspired her.
He also had a really strong role in dealing with the sexual assault issue in Missoula County, and now the county attorney's office, the police department, and the University of Montana are looked at as a model nationwide. So I'd like to thank him for, being a really strong leader in an issue that he kind of inherited.
Mayor John Engen issued this statement, quote, "I'm grateful for the friendship and collaboration President Engstrom and I have enjoyed during his tenure at the University of Montana. We worked well together, and he tackled tough issues with compassion, courage, and integrity. I hope the next president of my alma mater believes in the city of Missoula the way Royce does. In the meantime, I'm happy that Sheila Stearns will serve in the interim. Sheila knows the system, the institution, and the city. We're lucky she's taking on the assignment," end quote. Workers who lost their jobs when the Weyerhaeuser Company shuttered its lumber and plywood mills in Columbia Falls are now eligible to apply for federal benefits. The Daily Interlake reports the Department of Labor announced the Columbia Falls mill workers laid off from August 23rd of 2015 through November 22nd of 2018 may be eligible for support in job searching, training, relocation funding, and health coverage tax credits earmarked for industry workers who lost their job as a result of international trade or competition. Missoula County Sheriff's Office was helped by some crime-fighting snowplows in a high-speed chase on I-90 yesterday. According to Public Information Officer Brenda Bassett, the chase began on North Reserve when sheriff's deputies attempted a traffic stop on a woman in a suspected stolen vehicle. The vehicle sped off on I-90 where things took a dangerous turn.
Top speed was around 110 miles per hour. Montana Highway Patrol assisted in the chase. They deployed spike strips at approximately mile marker 95. It popped the front right passenger side tire. She continued driving and eventually actually crossed the median and started driving westbound in the eastbound lanes, which of course posed a huge risk to the people in those lanes.
Fearing a head-on collision might occur, deputies did not cross the median, but then some snowplows got into the action and blocked the road.
We were able to contact the Department of Transportation, and they actually shut down all eastbound traffic as the driver was driving westbound, and that kind of forced the driver to cross back over to the appropriate side of the interstate where we had officers waiting. She didn't really have anywhere to go and ended up spinning out. We're so fortunate always with our law enforcement officers, but then to have the Department of Transportation step in and help block those lanes of traffic is huge, and no doubt they saved a life today.
25-year-old Amy Johnson was arrested on multiple charges, including eluding a police officer, driving under the influence, theft, and criminal endangerment. Also yesterday, Missoula police involved in a high-speed chase through town involving another suspected stolen vehicle. Public Information Officer Travis Welsh said officers responded to a call about a man passed out in a vehicle.
The officers responded to the area, did observe the vehicle leaving, and initiated a traffic stop a couple of blocks away. The vehicle did initially pull over, however, when the officers got out and approached the driver's side, the vehicle suddenly sped off.
During the pursuit, the vehicle crashed through a barricade on Eaton Street and entered private property.
The vehicle eventually came to a large ditch and couldn't proceed further. And at that point, the first officer behind the vehicle got out and was starting to approach when the vehicle being chased suddenly backed up, struck the officer's patrol car, and then eventually collided with another patrol car before actually stopping, and the driver was taken into custody.
33-year-old Alan Newmiller faces 9 different charges, including 3 felonies. Welsh says no injuries were reported. Montana officials working to identify and contain invasive mussel populations have implemented boating closures on the Tiber and Canyon Ferry reservoirs. The Independent Record reports the decision yesterday comes a day after Governor Bullock declared a natural resources emergency over the presence of aquatic invasive mussels in the Tiber Reservoir. Further analysis of the Canyon Ferry Reservoir, Milk River, and the Missouri is ongoing after initial tests there were inconclusive. I'm Peter Christian. News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly sunny skies today with a slight chance of a snow shower. Daytime highs will warm into the mid-30s. Tonight, a couple of showers with our overnight lows in the 20s. A rain-snow mix is expected this weekend with highs in the upper 30s, low 40s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster, KECI 13.